Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we're pleased to bring you another Minish Randomizer Weekly, and it is the monthly variety race edition, which is the Fire Rod. But I'm going to let you have one of the more knowledgeable people talk to you exactly about what the Fire Rod is. So with that, I'd like to introduce iBot and Lunastick as our commentators today. So how you doing today, gentlemen?
It's pretty nice. Looks like I have a crazy dog.
I'm having trouble starting the race for some reason. Give me a sec. There it goes.
Okay.
Pop-up wasn't showing up for that. Okay, so they should be starting soon-ish. And... yeah, Fire Rod. Basically, the Fire Rod is a planned but not actually implemented item of this game, I think. And if you give yourself the item through, well, ROM hacking methods, it has the code for one of the debug items that was left in the game that allows you to overwrite tiles.
It's basically a copy-paste function.
It basically is a copy-paste function, so you copy a tile from somewhere and put it somewhere else. You can also change what you, actually edit tiles, but mostly you'll see them use it as a copy-paste tool. And copying walkable ground over walls means you can now walk where there were walls before. So... there's also some weird stuff you can do
like what Myth just
string
did.
transitions between places where you don't usually get to transition, which is why Myth is now in Royal Valley. So... not sure what Myth is trying to do there. Okay. No. He's trying to get to the upper layer, I guess, but... yeah, Royal Crypt is a bit weird in what it puts at the upper layer stuff there. Anyways, we see Smash and Johnny do more of a usual starting route as Francois, same thing, going for the South Harrowfate Puddle Cave immediately, while Myth grabs his first element. Did not have a map check yet, but we do now know that Royal Crypt is the Earth element. Because that was the first check to do. Well, yeah. I think Myth skipped the chest in Link's house, right? And saw the bottle but left it, which was a trap anyways.
I think Myth is definitely the most experienced here. He actually runs Fire Rod %, and so he probably already knows that bottle is not even a required item anyways.
Yeah, you... can you end up needing a bottle? I don't... well... so the Minish... Minish stuff is actually the part where you most likely can't use the Fire Rod to break things. So if you need to go to Fountain, you might need a bottle. I'm actually not sure if there's another way to get to the Fountain. But yeah, we see people over towards Western Woods already, grabbing that stuff. We see Francois, they're creating a copy of that closed chest before opening it. That is so that if the chest has a good item, you can copy that closed chest back over where the open chest was to open it again and get the item again. That's important for swords, where if they find a sword in a dupable chest, they will have the full sword immediately. And there's a bottle for Myth, so leaving the trap in Link's house not going to be something that he'll worry about.
I guess the two main things that you're looking for in a copyable chest are either a sword or a bomb bag.
Yeah, a hard container is also nice, but yes.
No.
Yeah, spin scrolls. That's the other one. If
and
you
there's our
get
guest
a
star.
spin scroll, you get all of them, from a duplicate chest. Kinstones would be that kind of thing, except you don't need kinstones. And that is real Gastra. That is one of the items that that is going to be required.
Yeah,
you didn't need a Gastra to be Dvati, so there's a map check. See, no Cave of Flames, no Fortress there. And Myth doing a wrong warp here to go from one of the Great Fairies, the Arrow Fairy and Rivalry, to, well, passing by Minish Fairy to go to Krenel Fairy. So Myth is going to leave here and be on the Krenel wall.
And I don't see Myth leaving off the Western Wood, so he is going to get that Gush Jar. It's not a difficult place to look.
Yeah. Braixton, first person into Wind Runes. So we see an early Fortress play here. It's not an element, so you might not need to go to Fortress at all, but it does also have that bow. You can avoid using the moments entirely by using the Fire instead, so Braixton will be able to full clear Fortress with that bow. You need the bow for Mazal, and I think that's it.
Well, you would also just probably want to go to Fortress anyways, just because of the Rupee path.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know how much of Fortress Braixton plans on doing here, but Mazal is where you need.
And there we already had our first soft lock.
The first soft lock of this game here, but it's in a spot where he could just quick warp. And he is now soft locking again. He likes doing that. Oh no, it's not. Okay. That one's fine. Almost soft lock, not quite. So Myth dipping into Cave of Flames here finds 2 keys. You do actually need one of the Cave of Flames keys to get to the end of that dungeon. And decides to just leave it at the rupees and not get anything else out of there. And we see Braixton spending some time getting some hard pieces over and over again.
This is a debug tool called Fire Rod, so they're copy pasting the tiles in front of them.
Yeah, this is the Fire Rod. It has the debug tool functionality from the tile override set or something. I forget what the debug item is actually called, but something like that.
Right.
I did not know that you can push the book items that you push as Minish usually as regular size Link. Johnny doing that just now there to push down
there's
the
Arcane.
beam of.
This just got Arcane.
Oh, Myth got the cane. That was the butterfly item, right?
Yes.
Yes. Cane, another item of that you do need to grab to beat Vati. And Smash finding a great spin in that chest, as well as a Kinstone. I'd expect him them to do both, but he is doing the Kinstones for now. I don't know which Kinstone that was. Okay, this is the 4th time they're opening the chest, so it's Cloud Tops. I'm not going to dupe the spins, so that could have been all spin upgrades for.
And there's our sword.
And there's a sword, and it's in a dupable chest, so that's a 4 sword for Braixton.
So let's see here. We'll see if Myth goes for Georg Manip.
Yeah. Talking about this before, Myth, you can't do Georg Manip. This, that relies on there not being enemies, which Rando does set them in the cutscene before you even start playing, so you can't do that. That said, Myth did say that he would go to Georg with just a fighter sword, if that turns out to be a thing.
But as
Myth blocking himself in, I think that's a point where you need to. Okay, yeah, you either need to quick warp or do something like that, where you actually change tiles to get ones that have good collision.
But
Well,
yeah,
yeah, it's also made for JP, but that's just a couple extra NVG advancements, right?
but so we do know that. But since that sword is on a dupable chest, that's Myth's not going to have to worry about fighter sword.
No. Well, they are for other swords in other item
Yeah.
slots. So maybe Myth ends up finding a non-dupable sword somewhere else.
And I think Johnny just soft locked himself.
Yeah, Johnny
And
locked
there's
himself in at the cave there. Probably could have gotten out by changing tiles, but decided not to try. I mean, the quick warp's closed, so it's like, why bother?
So I think at this point we're already at, what is this? Lamp and a lantern and cape go mode?
Well, Myth just found the cape in the center Tinga tree, so...
Or so we're down to lamp no mode, I think.
I think so, yeah. They do need the lantern to beat Octo, so yes, that is a required item. I think that's it. Wait, did Francois find the lantern already? Okay. We are in no mode. Congratulations, we are 10 minutes in, and we are in no mode. Now, that doesn't mean that it'll take these guys only like 10 minutes to that they will finish anytime soon, because the pieces that they need are very much spread around. But yeah.
Johnny finding the item that we don't really need this seed.
What was
The
that?
grip ring.
Ah. Yeah, grip ring is... if you don't know how to deal with climbable walls, it's nice to have. Once you know how to deal with them, it's kind of... if you don't have the grip ring and you end up on a climbable wall, you can still like walk sideways and you can do some weird, like, very fast movement by passing some certain tiles, and it's weird, but it works. If you have the grip ring, you actually end up in the climbing position and you can't use the fire rod on climbing walls anymore, but it's easier that way. Like,
and cape is go mode. It's a practical go mode. It's not strictly required, but it definitely makes Georg a lot easier.
Yeah, no, cape... I'd expect most of these guys to need it. Myth is the obvious exception. But most of them are going to be very happy to find a cape.
And I think Myth is going to get the Force Sword pretty soon. Because look at where
Francois found another dupable sword.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Myth doesn't get the Force Sword over by Fortress, but he's probably going to get his Force Sword up there sometime soon.
So yeah, that's Francois duping up to the Force Sword. And I need to quickly refresh. Myth is just buffering from me, so...
Oh, Harpy just accidentally deleted a chest. I don't think it had anything important.
As long as you have another chest in the room, it's definitely fine. Otherwise, can just reload it.
Yeah, I also don't think that chest had anything important in it anyways.
Well, no, we know it doesn't, but it's like...
Yeah. And there he goes again. So where is Myth going? Also, I did miss it. Where did Harpy find that lantern?
I'm not sure. I'm sure someone in chat will tell us in a moment.
There was a lot of stuff going on at the same time, so...
Okay, Tracker doesn't remember. That's not a good sign. Do have a spoiler log somewhere. It's like,
And there's
I should know.
bomb bag.
I've played through the seed to make sure it's beatable. I should know this, but
Okay. Harpy taking the 2 seconds to fill up on his bomb bag.
it was in Minish like digging cave.
Okay.
Apparently, Myth doesn't like using stairs and is wrong warping up a floor in Wind Trap instead. I don't know if he knows to set the flag for this by just leaving at the downstairs instead of doing some weird stuff to get past.
Well, the stairs transition is slow, so if you can do this wrong,
no, it's
quick,
like
you get faster.
he probably hasn't set the flag for having when you do all the Kingston fusions, you get up to the Cloud Tops part outside Wind Tribe. When you get to that area, it sets a flag to change the state of the tower.
So,
If you don't have that, there are NPCs blocking the stairs. I'm guessing Myth didn't actually set that flag. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to fuse the Kingstones. You just go up to Wind Tribe with the warp and leave through the front door by going past the guy. And then you are where the flag is set, and if you go back inside, it's as if you had fused the Kingstones.
well, somebody else probably got it, but that was, it looked like fast split for Myth on Bellari.
Yeah. Bellari obviously not a dupable chest, so that doesn't immediately translate to having all the
But it is
upgrades. Smash Breaks and being trying some mildly that spot is one where you can easily softlock by jumping down at the wrong spot. Going here doesn't help. You need to be somewhere at the side, but if there are small rocks on the bottom where you would land, then it's going to cause issues. And yeah, leaving Wind Runes is actually not trivial with a Fire Rod. It's... if you know how it's done, it's not that hard, but it's that's a soft lock, because if you end up inside a wall, you can't move. So, and you can only, with the Fire Rod, change tiles in front of you, or around you, not where you are. That's another soft lock. Yeah, all of these are soft locks where you can just quick warp out, but
that was a sillier one. If Smash can't figure out soon, he might have to hard reset, which we
boots
hope.
in here, which he will probably want to keep. There we go.
There we go.
Now, remember what I mentioned earlier? I don't know if that was on air. You need to leave this on the left side. Okay, well, that was fine. And as long as it doesn't go at the rightmost side of that block. No, that's bad. And now the quick warp is set. That's why you need to save often.
Nope, that's
now
not,
the save
no.
is fucked. Well, that's going to be a starting over from scratch for
Yep.
Gregson.
So he is, but I think the only thing that he found there that we haven't found somewhere else was those boots, which aren't strictly required.
No, you don't need boots. And it's like, he knows where the gusher is, he knows what's there, like that he doesn't need to go back there.
And that puts Myth 1 item from Go mode.
Yeah, that's where the lantern was, so Myth needs the sword. And like I mentioned earlier, there's 5 of them, we've seen 2 of them are undupable spots, so it's like, just find them somewhere.
Yeah. And I don't imagine he's going to put off the one in Lon Lon for terribly long. The one, if the only doable one was down in Fortress, that could have been a problem. But the one in Lon Lon, that's kind of trivial.
Yeah, that's going going to be something where he probably goes soon, because, well, I guess he could just go to Octo now. Yeah, he's going to do that. You don't need a sword for Octo if you have a shield.
And with Fire Rod, I don't think you need either flippers or cape, but he has the cape.
Yeah, no, you don't. You just... in the Octo room there, you just walk down. Or you get up to the upper layer and go out of bounds and walk down. But you can also just use the Fire Rod, ignore tiles, and walk down until you get to
Yeah,
this
I think he was just checking the Rupee Path 4 sword.
Oh yeah, which would be kind of something you don't want, because it's not a dupable sword, so it's just like... you still need to find a sword?
But it
Yeah,
at
with
least
doing minute movement, he is obviously not obviously not doing Octo Minute. For one, because he doesn't have a bow, and
mean
there's
boots.
the minor thing that he doesn't have boots either, yeah. And he also doesn't have the big key or both levers pressed. He doesn't have a red sword to do so, so it's...
But the single sword for Myth, I think he was probably trying to Ruby Path for it, because the single sword is at least clearable all elements for him.
Yeah, and Rexon did start over, so it's going to be going elsewhere now. It's not like he lost a lot of progress, because like we were no more 10 minutes in, and he still gained the info from going somewhere. He hadn't beaten any element bosses or whatever that he would need to redo what he did before. So like he picked up the gusher that he knew about, and that's pretty much that. Might take him a bit to go back to Caster because of that.
And
Which
get
does
that
have
cane.
the cane. But
I don't know why
Cane.
he didn't check that floating item on his way down, because that would not have been long.
yeah, because he planned to go into Caster after Wind Runes, which didn't quite work out, but would have been a plan. Like,
Well, I mean, I've done that before, but I still check the floating item because it's almost directly on the way. But we'll see what happens.
there's moments on Green Shoe. Not that we need them, but Francois just got them. Yeah, moments not an item that you... I don't think you ever need them with a Fire Rod, because what mids do is get rid of specific tiles. What the Fire Rod does is get rid of all tiles, so...
Yeah. You don't
But
even
it
need
does
it.
make digging caves way nicer to go through if you have the mids. Because the thing about digging caves is that they also have upper layer tiles where the dig spots are, that just for visual stuff. And using the mids gets rid of those. So if you use the mids, you can actually see where you're going.
There you go, Myth. Myth ending up on the wrong layer. Myth experienced enough with the Fire Rod to not bother duping Pinstones, because he actually knows how to get past all of them. In fact, he already has.
Well, he has not been to Fortress, has he?
Well, true.
But he has been through Wind Tribe, though he hasn't gone to Palace. And I don't know what kind of out-of-bounds movement he's trying to do there. Its droplets is completely broken, but it's like, what are you actually doing?
I think he might have accidentally gone out of bounds.
Maybe. Is on the upper layer here ignoring the rupee path? No, it's going to go down there. Check that real quick.
I think it's because he did Fire Rod over the repath and deleted the items, so he had to reset the room.
Well, no, he was in the upper layer, and you don't delete objects with the Fire Rod, which is what those freestanding items are. But yeah, maybe just want to reset the room.
Oh, because he was on the upper layer and he used the Fire Rod. He had to reset the room in order to get back down to lower level.
No, he didn't. But okay.
Well, no, I saw him use the Fire Rod near that transition, so that's why he had to. Because he couldn't jump back down.
Well, there are stairs in that room. You can't go down there. That's how you usually go down there. Like, if you walk over stairs while on the upper layer and then like walk down, you will go down. It's not like... you need to hop down from the upper layer, which is what, like, above door tiles and stuff usually allow you to do. I'm not sure what kind of route Myth is trying to do here, but...
I think he's just throwing off the Fire Rod, giving it all of its due time and glory. Considering how much time he's worked on that. I mean,
it's like a lot of these out of bounds movement stuff you can also do without the Fire Rod actually. And there's some weird stuff that happens with lighting effects.
Well, like I said, he kind of developed co-developed the Fire Rod task. He probably just really wants to show it off.
I mean, sure.
I didn't say it was
usually mean not going fast, like.
Yeah, I didn't say it was the best idea. I'm saying it could be the explanation.
Sure. It's now arrived at the Dark Maze. Not using the lantern for some reason. Yeah, we found 2 swords so far. Both were dupable. One was in Wind Runes, the bomb bag, I think. And one was in London Ranch, the chest that you usually access from Vale Falls, but why would you need to go through Vale Falls to get to that chest if you have a Fire Rod?
Finding a helpful health restore when he was down to 2 hearts. I'm not sure about on the beanstalk. We did find a bomb bag in a dupable spot though on Vale Falls.
You can't do freestanding items. If it's on if it's like the chest on some of the beanstalks, then you can, I think. If it's a freestanding item, then no, you can't dupe it.
But yeah, the doable bomb bag that we did find was on the Vale Falls blue sword chest. That's how...
Yeah, okay.
That's how Harpy got up to full. The sword was where Smash is about to get it. Braixen is about to get.
Now, I hope he knows how to close chests. Because otherwise, that is his myth. Wait. Wait, no, Braixen is the one who found the sword over in Wind Runes before, but then had to reset because of, like, issues leaving Wind Runes.
So I think that he doesn't really care because he knows where a doable fourth sword already was, so that he probably didn't copy it there because he's like,
Yeah.
I don't need any more copyable items.
But then it's like, oh wait, I got a wait. No, I don't have a fourth sword anymore. Well, there are other swords in the siege.
And he knows where one of them is, so so that
You don't
doesn't
avoid
sound
this
that too far.
Kinstone, by the way, by going through this door. You just take the other entrance into the cave. So, closing chests. In some places, and it's not everywhere, but in some places, you can edit tiles with the fire rod. You can't just copy them. You cannot just copy them. You can edit them. Chests are usually have the closed chest right next to the open chest. So the way you close a chest in a lot of areas is by standing on the left of it, walking into it towards the right, and pressing A with the fire rod equipped. That is, you copy the open chest, move to the right sometime while you have it copied, which changes the tile to the next one on the right, which happens to be the closed chest in most situations. And
Myth is showing it off now.
yeah, Myth might be showing it off now. Well, he is, but he also locked himself in while doing it. So, you want to take that one step left, Myth. So, resetting the room. Now you want to actually edit it, Myth. Don't use B. Why are you blocking yourself in? It's like Myth doesn't know how to do this.
To be fair, in Fire Rod
I know
percent, I
Myth has
don't think
done this
you have to.
But it's also in the guide that I posted how to do this. Yeah, you don't close chests in Fire Rod percent, but we did try to get a bomb back in Wind Runes early by doing something like
There we go.
Oh yeah, that will work. But also, why do it this way? Okay. Anyways, Myth figured it out. Has a fourth sword now.
And he's in go mode.
Yep, that's go mode. So we'll see Myth just go and collect the elements, and our estimate is way too high, but
Well, for Myth anyways. For everybody else, it might be a
for
little
anybody
trickier.
else it might still be a while. I don't know. Myth going to do a wrong drop through this tree here. Once he doesn't lock himself in. This will take him to Minish Woods, I think, is the one he's going for. So this is an unused tree that happens to also take you to that one. This is part of what you do in the 5% route, by the way, so that's why Myth is like doing this very efficient movement to get into towards Deepwood with these wrong warps and stuff. That's just... Yeah, the track is a bit empty for go mode, but no, that's go mode. And you don't need those kinstones, and you don't need the graveyard key, and you don't need the don't
Honestly, Myth has more kinstones than I expected.
Yeah. Myth, you have the lantern equipped, just burn the web! Like, you see that he has a lantern equipped, right?
Yeah, he's definitely trying to show off the Fire Rod too much. Granted, Fire Rod percent, you don't have the lantern yet, but...
When doing green shoe? Yeah, no. And yeah, very nice green shoe fight. You just stand one tile out of bounds by overwriting one tile of the door. So the shoe can't get to you, and you just use the gust jar until it's down and hit it. Looks like Johnny also found a sword somewhere and didn't dupe it. I'm not sure where that was.
I know Johnny just read the doc today. He might not realize he.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
no, it's like sword duping is not.
It's not something obvious.
It's not
so if he doesn't-
intuitive. It is something that I put into the doc because it's like a very useful thing.
Yeah, he
Rando.
probably. I think that inside that pre-race chat, he brought up that he was trying to dupe chess and couldn't figure it out. So I think he kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, I don't think you need to dupe chest the seed, but I'm not 100% certain.
Well, I mean, it's probably easier than the way Myth was doing it, but it requires forethought. So if you weren't thinking ahead,
Oh no, it's anything is easier than what Myth is doing. If you like know how closing chests actually should work, then you'd never use B doing it, and you'd never lock yourself in, and it's way easier than what Myth was doing.
so Smash is looking for go mode just for the cane. And how did he not pick up the lamp? I know he was doing Tingle Trees.
Tingle Trees have the cape.
Oh, it's the cape. Oh yeah, that's right. I getting my text confused.
Lamp was in Minish Woods digging.
Yeah, Minish was digging cave.
So that's how he didn't pick up the lamp. He hasn't
Okay.
been there.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So-
Francois also in Droplets has beaten Octo. Not right? Yeah, has beaten Octo. He's at 3 elements. Not sure if he would be comfortable doing Capeless Georg. Does still need the cane either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Myth does hate stairs. He's going to go up some stairs here, I'm pretty sure. A few times.
It's actually the fastest way.
This is a very nice drop, like route through Palace. You
Well,
just,
then again, since he's already in go mode, that's basically the same as Fire Rod %. So he actually already knows the
5%
route.
doesn't man up here. Like, there is Georg man up, it's not a meme. It's actually a thing.
But still routing through.
But
Palace
the routing to
Valley
get there,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. It's just the routing too.
Yeah, it's just like you don't have enemies there in 5%, and in exchange you make sure to do right engine. It's like Myth doesn't. Why are we talking about how Myth knows this route and then he goes and soft locks? Myth, please.
Myth,
Yeah.
I think we need to. We all should virtually spank Myth for this one.
Oh, we'd absolutely have higher standards for Myth, by the way, because he's the one who should know the better out of these runners. Like, Francois played a few of the Fire Rod seeds that posted this before this, and Johnny and Smash are just completely making things up on the fly. They've never used a Fire Rod before this, so, like, if they don't do optimal movement or whatever, yeah, obviously, like, it's because they are trying things out. Myth should know this.
Myth developed this.
But no.
Well, he helped develop the test.
But sure,
So-
that's...
and he's actually run
Myth
this.
has routed the 5% vanilla speedrun. As much as you can call it vanilla, but not rando. Like,
Yeah. So once he's in go mode, he should have no excuses.
anyways, is going to use the cape here. Very disappointing.
Oh, Johnny, no.
No, it's like, what you do in 5% is you come here with... I don't even remember which sword. You
Johnny-
don't create clones because it's not a thing.
Johnny hard blocked.
Oh, did he?
He was stuck. He had run out of hearts and was stuck in an infinite pit.
Ah,
So
yeah, save often. Smash is back in caster, and I think he has all caster kinstones. He's probably going to go do the fusions before going to Wind Runes this time. Because that means you can get out of it really easily. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, like the Georg route that 5% does wouldn't work in this because it's based on EU, so there's some differences there with Cloneless Georg's strats that don't work here that work in JP.
it also didn't matter.
But case. Also, like, he has a 4-sword, he has all spin upgrades, he has a K. Why shouldn't he use them? So yeah. Smash going to go back towards that sword that he picked up earlier. This is Fire Rod. PK, I'm pretty sure the... but like, if you need certain patterns to be able to hit all of them without clones, but you can do it. I'm pretty sure that doesn't work in EU. So yeah, this is a Fire Rod no logic seed. So basically it's ray settings, but no logic, and you start with a Fire Rod. And that is enough to make most of those seeds beatable. For this one I did manually make sure that it was beatable beforehand, because we did not want to have a race and then have an unbeatable seed. That didn't seem like fun.
Yeah, but it is technically still possible for a seed to be unbeatable, like... For example, the most obvious one would be... I posted
something in the Discord to let you gen your own seeds of this. If you do that, there's no guarantee that they are beatable. Most of them are going to be beatable, but there are some scenarios where, like, if you have a Gustra on Green Shoe or something like that, it's not going to be beatable.
Yeah, but obvious ones being bosses locked having their own beatable item.
Yeah, like if Gleerock locks the Cane, if Green Shoe locks the Gustra, if Octo locks the Lantern, those are unbeatable seeds. It would be possible to make logic for 5% or to make something that makes that way less likely, or even make full logic that makes it just makes every seed beatable. We just don't have that right now.
So
I don't know if anyone's going to do that, because there's kind of not a whole lot of a point to doing it, like just plain no logic.
Oh, that would actually be a fun way to make the seed unbeatable. Mazal, non-element Mazal has both bows.
Yes. If you manage to roll that, I would be very impressed.
Hendris!
Yeah, there was no chance I was going to let Hendris roll for this.
Well, when does that never, ever not happen, Arrow? We're always talking about terrible ideas.
Yeah, so Myth is now opening DHC. You will probably be surprised by the actual DHC route he takes if you don't know the speedrun routes. I'm not sure what he's going to do. There's a few ways to route this, but it's not going... Like, we aren't opening a DHC biggie bet here, because he's not going to pick up any chests. There's no reason to do so.
So we are
going to find Cape here soon.
So, and that'll put him from...
And Johnny should find the cane soon.
Greggson's going to get the cane after this. Now that he's not going to soft lock.
Yeah, Gregson still has been through caster twice, still hasn't picked up the cane on the butterfly.
So, but he will be getting that, but then he'll be lamp from go mode.
Myth is doing some slight interesting stuff. I'm not sure that's faster in render, but sure. This one is faster. Smash getting rid of a chest there. That's why you kind of still want mids. Like, you can't see what you're doing there, so... there's a bomb back that would be dupable, but... well, Braxton can get another chest in the same room. There's walls in between those parts of the room, but it's the same room. But you also don't need to dupe a chest if you...
Also, how many times do you actually need bombs with Fire Rod?
That's a good question. Krenel Green Water Fusion is one.
I mean, they're just saying that there's not... You don't really need as many bombs.
It's not a lot, but, like, there's a few. Like, that one, for example, comes to mind as one where you actually need bombs.
Myth is going to show off something... Try to show off something fun that you can do with Fire Rod in this room.
Yeah, Myth is just putting wrong floor on where the Dark Knights are so they can't move, and is now beating them up. There we go. That's the Dark Knight fight done.
I know I've seen the Fire Rod task, so I kind of know what Myth is doing when I'm actually paying attention. But that was also several months ago.
Yeah. Francois going to go pick up his last element. Is still missing the cane, but is only missing the cane.
Smash is going to be getting his cane soonish, so that puts him at Lantern from Go mode. Don't know when he's going to get that. Johnny, I'm beginning to think that he doesn't understand chest duping or resetting chest, so it might be a while for him.
Which might mean, yeah, that might take a while then. Should still be able to get through the siege, but might take a bit longer if you actually need to find all 5 swords instead of just finding one dupable sword. Which we have seen 2 swords so far and both were dupable, is that right? Is that still current? No, we have seen 3 swords. Johnny found the smith sword at range test, right? I'm not sure if that was dupable. It might not be, it might be.
I think he might have tried duping it, but then did what Myth did.
Ah.
Which I know he definitely doesn't know how to get out of, like, Myth. And it's not worth going back to rain chest.
Yeah. Well, it's not that long to go there, but...
But I also don't think that he had the cane yet, so he didn't dip Cave of Flames, which...
You don't need a cane to get to Cave of Flames.
Yeah, you don't. But if you're not thinking... But once again, if you're just coming into this on fly, you're not thinking about it.
He's going to find another sword here in Wind Runes, which might end up, like, being one that he manages to do. I don't know if... I don't think he did the fusion, so I hope he'll be fine getting out of here.
Yes, you can do that.
Yes, you can duplicate clone tiles. They are just tiles.
And a straight line works.
Yeah. You do have to be more careful about what pattern of clones you create if you do that, so... I'm not sure Myth is saving any time by doing it here, but it does look cool. Like, it doesn't change how many clones you can create, obviously, so... What does Braxton still need? He needs, like, he's going to find the cane here in Kester, which he still has avoided, apparently.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if that's faster or not, but it's probably a good deal easier because you're not having to create clones, because it's probably easier to create clones while dodging body. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's also, like, if he fires electric balls at you, you're not going to be able to dodge, because if you do and you create clones and then those are in the path of the electric balls, you still get hit. Like, In that sense, it can make dodging harder as well. So
What is this route from Gregson? He is
Rex is
doing
going for short
hiking.
hiking here without flippers. I mean, it's a check.
Well, he's doing short hiking before before the cane.
Before the butterfly for the king. Yes.
That is interesting. Okay.
So yeah, Myth is on B3. Going to be... So sub 1 hour time. That sounds good, right?
I think the fire rod percent world record is around 36 minutes.
Yeah, it's thereabouts, but that's like, if you knew where to get everything in the seed, you could be done faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, there was a... Obviously, this is just the normal time for a non-Henry seed in this randomizer.
And more also has to do that.
Oh yes,
that
you can't
there
do
were
swords in fire rod percent, but you also
Yeah.
still... Like, that's why you do a lot of... Like, that's why you do Bjork Manip to do Bjork swordless and stuff.
But yeah.
So Myth will be joining us for an interview in a moment here.
But yeah, part of the reason why it was also done fast was because there were 2 swords that were dupable. That makes it much
That
much
we know
quicker.
of.
Yeah. If none of the swords were dupable, we could
No,
be
if the
here a
swords are
while.
dupable, it's going to be slower than this. GG, Smith.
GG's.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed the seed.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
Yeah.
We were
Did you
yelling at
know-
you on the 4-sword dupe.
Yeah, we saw 3 different swords. 2 were definitely dupable. Do you know if Rain Path is upper or lower ledges?
I don't know. I assume it's lower. I assume
Yeah, I
you
would
can
guess
dupe
it's
it.
lower, so that would be a 3rd dupable sword that we saw.
Oh, I was so close to going to rain chest. Oh, I could have finished like 10 minutes earlier if I did rain chest.
Well, we were in no more 10 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked up so many items really early, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's like both
Yeah, I
the
was just
Gaster and the
looking for a
Cane,
sword.
which are the ones that you worry about the most, I guess, with this category, with this type of seed.
Yeah.
But just,
Yeah, I got the cane. I think, did everyone get the cane like really early? Because
No. For
No.
most of these people,
no. Why did
Harpy still doesn't have it.
no. So
Oh,
it may have taken some like multiple times going through cast.
The first sword that we found was Thracians and Wind Ruins.
Yes,
Oh.
Braxton got the 4 sword in Wind Runes,
I was thinking about that.
and then Francois got a sword in London.
Yeah. Oh, I was really faffing around with my chest dupe. I was being a real smooth.
Oh yeah,
brain
we were
about
like,
it. I was
what
like,
were you
I was
doing?
like, I don't know what I was doing. I'm actually super tired. I just wasn't
You know
thinking.
that if you don't press B, you don't lock yourself in with chests while doing that. Like, just stand to the left of the open chest.
Oh yeah, don't press
press
B.
tab A. Like, stand to the left of it, walk into it, tap A. That closes
Yeah.
the chest there.
Yeah, yeah. My brain not to do work good today.
We see Johnny find the Sun Wind runes here. Did not create a
Is
copy of the
Johnny
chest.
okay? Johnny's making me worried with what he's saying. in chat.
Yeah.
I think he's going to try to see if he can dupe a chest from another screen. Open it back
yeah,
up.
everything resets when you do it, any screen transitions.
When was the last time Johnny had saved? It was before Kane.
Did they?
I think that's the only thing that he's found. So it actually wouldn't be too bad for him to just hard reset. To reload from his last save. Because then he can just walk straight through Caster, get his cane, and then go straight to that chest and get his Force Sword. Hey, we got a Tingle Trophy in Stockwell.
Oh, I didn't even touch town once this season.
Yes!
I didn't enter that at all.
Why would you need to enter town?
Town sucks. Never go
Yeah.
to town.
I mean, granted, it's not required progression, but for once we had progression in Stockwell.
Well, no, Tingle Trophy wasn't progression this.
I said it wasn't required. It is progression because it does open up something, just not required progression. Not that anything was required progression this seed because there was no logic, but
Yeah, no. There are not a lot of requirements with Fire Red No Logic Seed. And the ones that there are were very easy this seed.
No, Johnny.
I'm trying to figure it out. I didn't have to know.
I mean, as long as it doesn't, like, get a save into a locked spot, it's fine. We did see Brixen earlier trying to leave Wind Runes and locked himself into the wall and saved.
Oh no.
Yeah, so what you see here is Brixen's second attempt at this after restarting from there. Which-
This coronal position that he's in is really awkward to climb up. The best bet there is just to go over to where the beam is. Oh no, because in Rando we
In Rando, there's a block
we
at the
put the
top of the
boulder there to block
beanstalk.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
The
that's
best bet is
why
to
I
just
did-
go to Veil Force and find the crypt ring. I mean, you don't need to
Yeah.
go to.
Oh, I
Game of
didn't
Thrones, right?
go to Veil Falls, I don't think.
Johnny!
I went in there briefly. But...
There's down thrust for Francois. Has already beaten Georg, so not that helpful.
Was I the first person to get an element?
Yes.
Yes. Did you really think someone was going to beat you there?
I was pretty slow through it. I was derping around with the door, forgetting. how the
But you're
fire
also looking
worked.
at a lot of our people
Yeah,
who
that was
don't
still
know
way
about.
faster than anyone else.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that nobody else actually knows the underworld transitions to Wrong Warp.
Oh right. Yeah,
Wait,
I
is it?
was getting across the overworld pretty quick. Yeah, in this I really liked it. Oh, there's a bomb bag. Yeah,
You were already in go
I never
mode, though.
found any bomb bags. Where were they?
Why would you need bomb bags? We saw a few of them.
I mean, I know
Not
that
please.
with Harpy and Brayson,
So
both of their bomb bags came from there. I
we
think that's
saw
probably
the
where
false
Johnny got
cliff one
hit.
just now.
Yeah.
and we saw.
Right, Johnny has their 4 swords, so they just need.
I guess
lantern.
we saw the one in Fortress. In the rupee room, the chest. And then there's one in Cave of Flames and one on Borken.
Where was Lantern again? Was it?
Minish was like Lightning Cave?
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
So it's going to be a while before these guys go there, I think.
Yeah, I guess Brixton is Lantern from Gomod, isn't he? And Johnny needs...
Brixton and Johnny are both Lantern for Go mode.
Oh yeah, yeah. Johnny did manage to dupe that chest. Nice.
So it's going to be a question as to who ends up going to Minish Woods and Deepwood first. Or Minish Woods and Caster first. Because
I mean, it is Castor we're talking about, and this is Francois we're talking about.
Johnny just locked himself in. I hope he's saved. No. Okay, quick warp's fine. Just reset. Yeah, okay, Johnny's saved at some point.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't the first time that he's hard blocked.
Yeah, it was a recent save. He just got his 4 swords, so that.
Yeah, it's just like, like that is one of the 2 spots where I know you can just.
No, Brayton, you can't just use the fire rod on those.
You just go through the wind trap tower.
Yeah.
And then you leave it, and then it's like the guys get out of the way.
I think Johnny's trying to figure out how to get through that block. That's why he paused there.
Yes, Johnny is asking in the race room how you would get out of said boulder, but then he said never mind, so I
Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, yep, it did.
Works. If you don't do it at the corner, it works.
Yeah,
So
it's
what
literally
Brixton
just
did
that
was
right
do it at the
corner.
corner, which the corner doesn't like push you off to the spot, so you get locked there. With the wall, it just pushes you off as if you were jumping down from somewhere. So you're fine.
We were considering a route through there at some point for the speed run, and our strat was to go on the left-hand side of that transition and then use the fire rod whilst we're inside the block.
Yeah, that also works. Like if you.
But what Johnny did there,
like the boulder has 2 tiles
easier.
that are just free on the left side and 1 tile that blocks you in. And if you get into the tile that blocks you in, you're can't get out. But if you're in either of the other ones, you can copy with the other one and use that to leave. I don't know what breaks in the copying chests for.
You have every progressive item except for a boomerang.
Yeah, maybe spin.
Yeah, I never bothered copying chests over because you can just.
Well, yeah, if you know how to close them, like that's just
Yeah.
the superior option. But it did not look like you knew how to close them in London, to be honest. I mean, you got there eventually, so.
Well, Johnny, it's trying
Johnny
to
trying to find a way into Hyrule Castle, yeah?
Oh
There
yeah,
is
also
no
Myth,
loading
we were
zone.
having to shout a few times because we were all explaining how you co-created the route for Fire Rod %, and then you soft locked yourself.
Well,
Palace.
in
Gomod
Palace.
in
Oh,
Palace.
that was, because I decided to do the old route. I was like, I've got sword. I don't have a small key, so I can't open the door. I'll just do the old route. And I was like, oh wait, we don't go through the wall there. We go over to just to the side. So it's just something I hadn't practiced
I
before.
mean, if you just do it on the other side of the door, that's fine. But
Yeah, it's on the other side of the door's fine. I picked the wrong side. I was rushing it too much. Can we just? We can't.
if Johnny is going to find out that elements are not required here,
I'm pretty sure this doesn't work.
I think
You
I
have to
thought
be just
so.
off to the side, otherwise you hit the loading trigger.
Yeah, it pushed him
I
out.
thought this was tested.
Yeah, it pushed him out. It did push him out.
Yeah, he just got through the loading zone to the
Yeah,
room and
it
was...
just pushed him back into the loading zone. If he actually gets past the loading zone and goes into that room, then he can test if elements are actually required or not.
If they
that'd be
aren't...
hilarious. That is hilarious. If they're not
And
actually-
Johnny is the one who fights it, like...
Johnny, please just go to the side of it.
He's going to get there. Like, he's going to find out. Principal apparently does not know that you can just copy holes. Okay. Yes, move up to more tiles. With the fire rod no, you need... Yes, and now you go to the side.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes! And now you go up the stairs and back down, so you're on the right layer.
There's Johnny.
Johnny,
Ocarina-
just go
Down the
where the...
stairs.
Yes, now go south. Now go back up,
Go
go
back
back up.
Go back up. Go back up. No.
Oh. Yeah, layers are the part that I didn't get around to putting into that guide.
Yeah,
So.
layers are really confusing, but you get a really good understanding of how layers work just by messing around with the fire rod. Go
Yeah.
up! Johnny,
And now
go
go
up!
So, go north, go north. Johnny!
I need to test this.
Yeah, you can do that right away, right? Like, no need to
I'm
grab
going to test
anything.
it now. Yeah. Oh no, I can't because I've already opened it.
Well,
Oh,
create a new
okay,
save, that's
yeah,
why
no,
I was
I'll
saying,
just-
like, you don't
yeah.
need to grab any items.
Yeah, I'll just go create a new save.
There are 3 save files in this game.
Are they thinking that I didn't get all the elements? Because I finished so
I
far.
I don't know what Johnny is thinking when trying this. But
I think Johnny is just taking wild stabs in the dark.
yeah, like, if that had worked, it would have been amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really
I-
want to know if this works.
I think Johnny was just trying to get into Dark Hyrule Castle to see if that, because there was no logic. He's like, well, yeah, he'd be here. So I think he was just trying.
I mean, if you can get into DLC, you can get to Vati.
Yeah.
At that point, you don't need elements anymore.
Johnny, you're very close to go mode now. Yes. Yes. Keep
Oh.
going.
Oh, oh wait, no, that's me.
But
I'm glancing over the comms page.
No,
and it's like, oh,
Johnny!
I'm heading to
You're
Dark
so close.
Oh, John.
I mean, if he goes speed screen through, finds the mids, that'll take him to his lantern, right?
True.
How did you like those mids, by the way?
Oh, they were great. Oh no, the cutscene doesn't play.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I would have expected.
And is Harpy about to hit go mode?
If he gets to the butterfly, it's surprising how many people we have seen go into Caster and not
Just-
grab the
no.
butterfly.
Don't skip the butterfly. I don't know
No,
how you
you
can skip
didn't.
it. Yeah, like it's right in the middle. If you want to go quickly through the area, you go straight through the middle. Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
first of all,
there
it
you go. He saw
was on screen! First I just didn't see it. Or wanted to get the chest.
He's
Well, that's your
There
go
we go.
mode. Okay.
There we go.
oh, where was the ocarina?
I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to Johnny. Where was
London
Ocarina?
Cave Secret.
Oh,
Okay, Yeah, I think Harvey's
That's
the
a
only one that
really
went there.
tricky one to get because you need Lantern.
No, you don't.
Don't you? Oh, can you just delete them? The torches.
You can
and-
light them with the fire rod by like lit torches is one tile left of
Oh, yeah.
under torches, or open chest is one tile right of under torch.
Yes.
So either you just light the torches with the fire rod, or you just create your own chest. Either works. So yeah, Francois now going to open DHC. He has a slightly different DHC route from what you did, I think, but
Yeah, mine is very optimal. Except for the dark nuts, those were so bad.
Wait,
I
was-
forgot that I can't use the cape.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So what we do with
Oh,
the
you
dark
copy the from under the doorway tiles.
I
and you
copied
can't
an
use
under
cape with
doorway
cape on
thing,
those.
yeah, and that's what meant the dark nuts got stuck in place.
Yeah, but
and-
you can't use cape on those. Ah,
yeah,
that makes
exactly,
sense.
so I can't jump. So I tried jumping over, and I was like, oh wait, no, I can't because that counts as an under.
Yeah, because you
under-
can't use the cape while below a doorway. Which is not something you usually notice when playing the game, normally.
It's nothing I ever noticed in the run because we never got the cape in the first place, so it's something I never tested.
Ah, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, the best thing to do is just roll through them and then sword slash them whilst they're stuck.
So what's going to happen first? Grayson going to Minish Woods or Johnny beating Green Shoe?
I'd expect Johnny to beat Green Shoe. I mean, Rexon might still go beat Green Shoe at any point. Like, they have all they need for that. And if they find the mids there, that will make digging caves so much easier to traverse. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can go through every digging cave with a fire rod, but
It's so
I mean,
hard. I don't like it.
The like digging cave is one of the ones where it's easy. Because
Yeah.
the chests are not like hidden behind digging walls. They are just out in the open and you need to go past a few walls to get there. So for those it's actually like fine to use the fire rod to get to the chest. Some others are like having the mids is so much nicer.
Yeah, it's not like Lake Hylia Cave. That's an absolute pain.
Apparently Braxton never saw what happens if you try to pick up a sixth sword. So you
I know.
did it twice. Getting nothing from a chest is always fun.
Yeah, if you haven't seen an empty chest open animation, it's interesting.
Oh, Johnny is copying the collision from the pushable collision from the statue over the switch, and then
No.
that's yeah, it's weird what the fire rod copies sometimes. Like we say it's just tiles and doesn't interact with objects, but it does interact with object collisions in a way. Anyway, Francois doing the Dark Knights just the plain normal way.
I mean, if you haven't practiced, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that
if you
would-
don't like know the fire rod strat there, then coming up with that on the fly is not going to be a thing. But
Okay, so breaks in, yeah, full clearing, Cave of Flames, it looks like.
yeah. Didn't see Myth go into Cave of Flames to this point. There is some nice threads for this room.
Yeah. I just checked the entrance and didn't. I saw the 2 small keys there, and I was like,
And apparently that's a bottle.
Another one. Is that all of them? I saw 2.
You saw 2? Are you
Wait,
sure?
Yeah.
I saw 3. No, I picked up 2, and then I didn't pick up the one in Link's house.
Yeah, that was a trap.
Oh, it was. Okay. Right, so I only. Right, then it was only 2.
You saw Royal and you saw the one in Tower? We just saw
Yes.
Cave of Flames, and there was one in Fortress.
Oh, right, okay.
Grayson duped that bottle, by the way.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Do you
Why
not
would
want
you-
8 bucks?
Why would you waste the 2 seconds to fill up on your bottles? You only need 2.
I mean,
Does
you don't need.
Duping that book work?
1 is fine.
The books are unique.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not sure if duping books works.
Well,
Or I didn't
if you
think
turn,
duping books
like,
would work.
if you go turn in the book and then dupe it, you may have the book again in your inventory. But that's about it. Like,
Hey,
it
there's
doesn't,
another bomb
like,
bag.
it doesn't help you get all 3 different books to pick up the same one multiple times. Books
Yeah,
aren't
there's
progressive.
3 different objects. Inventory
Items.
items.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So Grayson I'm guessing Grayson didn't realize that.
Oh, Johnny's on the wrong
I
layer
mean,
there.
he realized once he picked up the same book again instead of getting a different one.
Yeah.
So,
Although I think that's actually the second book that we found.
maybe? I did not pay attention to books at all.
I got the red one, and that's it.
I guess Hilari, you would actually need the books to get the item of Hilari.
Yes, you do. If you, you also need the ocarina, but you don't need the cane. I don't think.
Do you need the ocarina, or can you just go to the Minish Hall in Lake with the fire rod and set the flag that
Oh.
way?
I don't know if that sets the flag anymore. It might still do.
It does, if you have the ocarina for sure. Like, if you give yourself the ocarina through memory editing, which is why I know that going through
Yeah.
that Minish still sets the flag, even if you have the ocarina.
I assumed just talking to them, no matter if you have the ocarina or
Yeah,
not.
it should just set the flag every time. So I don't think you need the ocarina for your dog, but you would need the books still.
Are the guards usually here? Where? Oh, in the sanctuary for Francois. Yes. Well,
Yeah, I think so.
not on the second visit. Not in between Batty 2 to Batty
Oh.
3. They shouldn't be there.
Who knows what was happening there? But
Imagine having scrolls to use on Batty.
did you not find a dupe with a spin?
I probably wasn't paying attention. I got fast spin and fast split, but I didn't have great spin.
But like if you found spin, so which spins did you find?
Fast split and fast spin.
No, which where were your spin throws?
Where were they? I can't remember.
So you found Hilarion remote.
Yes.
And that was split.
Gee.
I remember.
That
That's
was
where that
fast
was
split.
your split.
And you found
That's where he got split. I
one
don't
on
know if
the
that
Western
was-
with beanstalks.
Yes. Yeah, Western Woods.
And that's it for Harpy.
And you did not find the one on in Windrune's armor skill.
No, I didn't do wind runes. I looked at the
And
element and then went.
Did you find the one on Cranial Beanstalk?
Yes.
Okay, so those 3 that you found were all non-dupable.
Yeah, the I checked my elements somewhere and I decided to not do fortress.
Yeah. GG, Francois.
Thank you, GG Myth.
GG.
GG.
One question though. Why does it always have to be Castle White?
I don't know. Why didn't you go there earlier if it's always customized? No, GG.
I would have avoided to full clear every dungeons if I had the cane there.
Yeah, I mean... Still got sub 120, so...
Yeah. I'm
No,
happy
never
with
mind that we were in no mode in 10 minutes in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, that was much
Yeah,
nicer than the possibility.
This was a very nice seed for us, well.
Yes, it was very nice.
Yeah, it was.
Like, in terms of swords, obviously you found a dupable sword, both of you. We did see the one in range chest. Gregson picked up an empty chest that would have been another sword in Dex chest. So that's also dupable.
Well, actually, could that have been a bottle? Because he's
the spoiler
using our
log.
bottle.
It's a sword.
Okay.
I
I'm
guess
saying it would have
I
been a sword
found.
because I have the spoiler log. It could have been
Okay.
like a spin or something else.
I guess I
but-
found 3 chests in which there would have been a dupable sword.
Did you find 3? Which 3 did you find?
I can't remember, but there was the one in Veilfold, the one in the
You mean
half
London?
ledge, and
Yes.
and
Rain chest. I know.
Rain
and
chest,
rain chest. Rain chest.
London, Cave 25 has one. Blade chest.
Oh, K20. Oh.
And
Wait, was it the
Wicked.
one on the right?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's
Just to
fine.
the
I
right.
found the Lon one straight away after that, so.
Okay, Johnny, are you gonna take those mitts and take them to your lantern, please?
Yeah, mitts. Just take the mitts to like Dick and Cave and you will go mod.
Granted, there's no logic associated with this, but please.
But it's something that you can do now. And it's right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking for a sword for a long time.
Yeah, well if you had full click flames you would have found one.
Yeah. It's. Yeah.
Or if you had gone into wind runes you would have found one. There were
Yeah.
like opportunities.
Yeah, I thought droplets was a great idea, and that turned out to be rubbish.
Yeah, you spent some time on droplets and
I spent, a lot of my time, but basically all of the time I lost was in doing droplets. Spent about
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Hey, Johnny.
Yes, okay.
Gregson
Now-
finding the dog food. And
Does
yeah,
he
Johnny
realize-
got the lantern, is now in Go mode. I hope he realizes that. But
Yeah, I hope he realizes that he doesn't
Okay.
need the boots.
I wasn't
mean,
sure when...
he they already have the element of Royal Crypt, so even if this wasn't Fire Rod, you wouldn't need the boots. It's more about the Kingstones. But no, they do look like they duped Cloudtop's Kingstones to 5, so that'll be fine. Being on the upper layer there is not fine.
Yeah, you can just use the fire rod continuously.
Okay,
Yeah.
Johnny. No,
Yeah, but
it's the same thing
Johnny
as.
somehow got to the
What?
upper layer there, which does not work to get to the entrance.
Are they gonna try and just walk directly into Octo?
Nope. Johnny is
Also-
now going to find out that there is no big key in this first ice block.
There is a big key.
Is there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big
Yeah.
key.
The other
Oh,
channel,
because
I
that's
was like,
unshuffled.
dude.
Oh, right,
It's-
because that's not actually a logic
it's
pursuit, because it's unshuffled.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I should have made another
I
big
thought
key.
that got changed. Yeah. I was mad. I
No,
was like,
it got changed which spot it is, but like it's still unshuffled in the logic. And like I made the logic for this by literally using a script to get rid of all logic. So, nope, Johnny is going to get the levers. I mean that works.
yeah, that'll work. It's fine. If he doesn't know how to bypass, it's not difficult to
I
do.
mean you can just walk through the ice octo, right?
you just walk straight down. Gotta think outside the box with the fire rod.
Johnny, if that worked on the one, why not the other?
Johnny
Johnny?
is looking for items. What are you looking for? I mean, Castlewhite skin stones is a thing, but like, yeah, here you have 5 cloud skin stones. Even if you don't know how to get through to Palace, like you can avoid the Wi-Fi skin stone easily. So, okay, Johnny is now going to do Octo. Smash finding another sword spot there, I think. No, it's about to, sorry. It's on the right.
Oh, this Mitz cave. Oh, I hate it. It's so awkward to find a good tile to copy.
Yeah, I mean, if they just went into the green shoe, which they have everything they need for, they would have mids to do it the normal way. Which, yes, this is definitely the cave to do that instead of like anything fancy. If you copy the tile from just the entrance, that would work, right?
Yeah, that's the best one to do, is just to face
Like-
down after you've gone through and then copy.
Or right there.
Or
yeah.
that spot there, that works.
There we go.
Yeah, that cave is awful.
Yeah, I mean, mids were convenient though. Right?
Yeah, I was already in go mode.
Yeah, you don't need mids. You should help Johnny to find that lantern, like.
Oh, did you like my fire rod minute for Octo?
Did you do a minute?
No.
Okay, I thought you just got lucky.
At the same time, it wouldn't surprise us if you had found a random minute that we hadn't known about.
I didn't do a save and clip beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was no way that was minute.
The first ever bootsless and swordless Manep.
I mean, every minute is hot.
Yeah, we
Like,
didn't.
Octo,
see
you don't use sword for minute.
Oh wait, no. Braxton has.
Braxton is missing lantern.
Yeah, but they have boots.
Yeah,
Yes.
the boots were in Fortress.
Ah, okay. I was really tempted to go Fortress, but then after seeing the elements, I was like, yeah, I'll skip on Fortress for now.
Well, you would have found a sword in the way and the boots in there.
Yeah. Like, rushing Fortress right away at the start, like, if you start the route and you just go to Link's Puddle Cave, Western Woods, Trilby Caves, go into Castor and just go straight into Fortress, I think that's, like, the most check-dense route you can do at the beginning.
Probably, yeah.
Like, in the space of 5 minutes, you're going to pick up, like, 50 chests. Or 50 items.
More.
Oh yeah, probably.
Like,
more.
if you can't, like, Western Woods and Link's House Puddle Cave alone is getting close to 50, right? Like, the
Yeah.
rupee spots. So, yeah. At some point we need to actually make logic for this, just so we know how huge Sphere Zero is.
Oh god.
I mean,
I
I
think
think
we
the
can.
only logic that there's not a lot of logic that would be needed, at least.
It's some stuff like requiring flippers in some places, obviously like
Yeah.
Gastra and Kane for those, and like Lantern for those bosses, and
Oh, Johnny.
that's
No,
probably about
Johnny.
it. Yeah. Like you need both for Mazar, you need Gastra
Oh,
for Green Shoe.
Johnny.
Johnny.
I hope Johnny saved recently
He didn't. He hasn't
because
since the Force Sword.
because this is not a spot where you can quick warp and get anywhere else.
Okay, it was Minish Village.
Okay, yeah, saved after Green Shoe.
Okay.
So it's going to need to redo Octo, but that's like get the lantern, redo Octo, but you know where it's there. You just need to go do that. That's not too bad.
Yeah, in Minish Village we can use the fire rod to hit the top loading zone, which isn't normally accessible in regular gameplay,
Yeah.
and it makes us turn big straight away.
It's weird that that loading zone is there, but sure.
I think that's just the defaultness of like they just put in.
No,
all
it's
the
between
loading zones.
areas. Like, why would that be a default?
Yeah, but like the sizeness was like it was.
Oh, the sizeness is
to
absolutely
make it
default, but
always be-
why is there even a loading zone there that takes you to?
They probably
Ridgewood?
just put them all in.
Yeah, probably.
Like
Something
earlier
like
on in
that.
development, and then we're like, oh, let's put a little house in here first, and kind of just forgot that they had the screen transition loading zone at the top. But
Yeah, I
because
mean it
that's
doesn't matter
it-
for
it-
normal gameplay, and it's
Yeah, it-
convenient for Fire Rod.
it's just something they just overlooked because it doesn't affect anything unless you're playing Fire Rod. Oh no, Johnny.
Okay, this is going to be a bit closer.
Oh yeah, they're both picking up the lantern really close together now.
Yeah, so now they are both in go mode, but Braxton has yet to do Green Shoe. Is that right?
I also put my money on Brayson less likely to soft lock himself and have to reset progress.
Yeah. Maybe.
Brixton might be able to skip a bit more because I think they might be using the fire rod a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
More
Like
creatively.
this, like Johnny getting the big key again. It's just like
This-
I don't need it.
There's quite a bit of art to the fire rod use.
It's-
it's very creative.
It's way too easy to fall back into thinking, oh yeah, I need to do this, then this, when you can just skip ahead a few steps with a fire rod.
I
That's why I
think
really love
Johnny
around.
knows that, but I think that he doesn't know why because he
Yeah,
came
it's just
into the trap.
in the moment you don't realize that because you think, oh, I need to go to Octo, so I need to push these two levers.
Well, I
when
think
it's like-
Johnny knew that there was a way because the first time that he came in here, he did try to just fire rod through the big door.
Oh, did he?
That doesn't work, but
Well,
he
it
did
does.
try.
Yeah, you can.
It does.
Oh,
You just need to
absolutely
copy
can.
a free tile. Like you can't stand looking at the door and then do something.
Then he probably mispressed and thought that he did it, and it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just... Anyways, like Braxton now on Green Shoe, Johnny going to go into Octo. Like this cutscene, sure, it takes a moment to watch this cutscene, but it's like still fine.
Yeah, it's just that they'd already fought Octo and having to do
Yeah,
it
that's the
before again.
unfortunate part. That it's like the second time Johnny's watching this cutscene. But again, it's fine.
Oh yeah, if you noticed, I kind of like avoided every single climbing wall. I hate them; they suck. Apart from like right at the very beginning, but I kind of never had to use it. I just went straight up and normal.
Yeah, climbing walls are weird with the fire rod, right?
Yeah, like you can. There's some funky stuff that you can do with them. You can move so fast. Like if you
Speaking of which,
depending on where you're standing, like if you start standing below a climbing wall and copy it with the fire rod, you start going down incredibly fast, even faster than the screen can scroll.
You can also use it to go up as quickly, right?
Yes, if you're above a climbing wall. And then
Grayson's
face
enjoy
down.
that moment.
Leaves it behind. Very good. You don't need those moments, so why should you pick them up?
Just in total disbelief, though. That was funny. Also, speaking of Myth, you were also the first one to soft walk in Crannel.
Did I soft walk in Chrono?
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't
to a quick warp, yes.
I just quick warp straight away, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said.
didn't know how to do the transition down there, so I kind of just YOLO'd it, and I was like,
Yeah,
fine.
and
I
stuff like this.
I should have just quick warped when I was at the top of the beanstalk anyway, to go into Cave of Flames. It would have been faster.
If you were gonna skip rain chest, yeah, which you did, but
Never skip rain chest. Like, it's such like you can't forget the basics with Fire Rod.
no. Rush Fortress never skip rain. Wait.
There's always a sword in Fortress, okay? Like,
Yeah, there's always a sword in like, well, Fortress or
Fortress did have my go mode today. Oh, they're both in Octo. Ooh. Yeah, brakes are just zoomed all the way through.
yeah, Johnny
Wait,
now on the
oh.
second ink, while Gregson is just starting the fight. Yeah, Octo is not one where I want to have Fire Rod equipped, to be honest.
Yeah, I tried a lot of different things, and there's no benefit to using the Fire Rod in Octo.
Like, I'm sure you can get rid of the ice here, some copy to like water type.
When-
and-
As soon as Octo does like activates the next thing, it recovers everything with
Yeah, it
ice.
just changes the tiles anyway, so it will undo all changes you made.
Yeah, and since we have to pause to equip the Fire Rod and then re-equip other items, it just becomes slower.
Okay,
This is
Johnny.
why we don't really use the Fire Rod in Vati 1 and Vati 3. We could, but it's not really that helpful.
Yep.
And in Vati 2, we just use it at the very beginning to extend out the clone
Yes.
platform.
Just so Vati can't block them, right?
Yeah. It's just to make it more consistent.
So now's the question, how do you get up to
Oh, Johnny?
Palace in this situation? Which,
You go to Link's house. Well,
yeah,
from
how
here,
do you get a Fire Rod? You don't. They started with it because this is a specially made version of, like, the rando that lets you start the Fire Rod. In the vanilla game, you can't obtain it.
I think the fastest way to Palace from droplets is you actually go into the doghouse and then you do a right scroll transition and it puts you in Link's house. And then from Link's house you can just go to the Wind Tribe.
Yeah?
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes absolute sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess the Wind Tribe
literally-
Tower's interiors are its own area.
It makes as much sense as anything in Underworld map manipulation. And Johnny's taking no chances. He's just
But yeah,
climbing the
Johnny's
wall.
just going to do the fusions, which will allow Gregson the chance to pull ahead if they go through the Wind Tribe warp here and go up to Palace that way.
You lose about...
He's not going
20
to. Okay,
You lose about 20 seconds from climbing the stairs over doing the scrolling transitions.
But that also
Yeah.
requires you knowing how to walk.
I like just setting the flags so the guys get out of the way, so you don't get stuck in them when going down later. I don't know if that's an issue.
No, it's never an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, Caprice is the not Caprice. Floris is the lady that's standing in front of one of the staircases as you come down. You can always just clip out from behind her.
Okay. And that's
Now let's talk.
Hey, welcome to Palace.
yeah, that is what happens in Palace.
It's so easy to do
Yeah,
that.
we did see
Ah,
you
and there we go
Francois
again.
do, like a similar route because I told Francois about like, hey, do you just in the second room go diagonally up left? Before. That is the fast way through Palace, right? Like, just go to the interior section there.
Yes.
I guess
yeah,
if you
the way-
like go outside up, and then like from where the big door is, go around and go to Bjork that way, that would also work. Probably still slower. Might be better if you're looking for items since you like avoid the rupees going the other way.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how the fastest way of doing this for getting all the items would be. I've only looked into it in terms of.
But yeah, like, these guys are in go mode, so they should not be bothering with items. I guess small keys are a thing. Smash picking up one there.
Yeah, if you're not used to the idea of Palace, it's you're basically scaling the outside of this big tower on the way up until the halfway point, and then you fall back down to the bottom of the middle bit and then re-climb up the middle bit. So from the very beginning of the dungeon, we can just skip the first half of the dungeon by going to the central bit and then climbing up that instead of having to climb all the way around the outside. But if you're unfamiliar with Palace, then sure, just go around the way you know and just use the fire rod to speed up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you might still see like Gregson go inside here. Nope, he's still just taking this way. I mean, yeah, like this route still gets made a lot faster with the fire rod. Like, there's no waiting for platforms or anything. You just...
That was fun.
Yes, that is fun. It's also really unnecessary. You don't need to go down in that room, but it's fun.
I can see a little panic in Grayson's
Yeah,
movement.
suddenly you just get pushed forward.
If he goes right here, he'll skip to the end of the dungeon.
If he goes up here.
Oh,
then-
actually... Oh, he's just going to go down here. Okay, and
Oh,
the
that works. Yeah. No out of
I
bounds
think that
movement.
that
Like,
heart piece was kind of indicating to them, oh, that's right, we can go to the inside.
and that's where they use their one key, right? You need to use a key there, right?
You do have to use a small key to get through that.
Or
The
they just
staircase
are going to
doesn't
go to the other door and use a key there, which would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, or maybe they're just activating the red warp and quick warping because they yeeted the doorway.
I
But
mean,
they
no,
could-
they're going to go to the other door. Open there. Yeah. Like, this is the route where you don't need to know the layout of rooms or anything. You just go through each room and...
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to know where there are transitions to rooms that you never usually see. You just go through them. Well, yeah, that's not a good title copy. While Johnny is going through the dungeon normally trying to find something, I guess, keys, or...
He might not
making
know.
nearly as much use of the fire rod here, so...
Yeah, he might not realize as much.
Okay, is going to use the fire rod to do a nice cane skip there. Yeah, like not using it here on the clouds, for example.
Yeah, he's obviously not as
It's
familiar
just
with
like if you don't like, those are a bit weird with how they transition you, so it's understandable that you maybe don't want to mess around with them. Like I couldn't have told you how exactly they work for using the fire to walk past them or whatever. It's not at the edge of the screen there, but I guess if you go a tile off screen there, then the clouds will warp you? That's a bit weird. Based on
yeah,
what I like.
didn't really look into the into where you jump into the top of like the bottom of the cloud to like go up a floor. I never.
And yeah, well, Braixen did it without any jumping. With the
Yeah,
fire rod.
you don't need to. Yeah, no, absolutely.
And-
like in the old fire rod route, that's what you do in.
Okay,
that
Johnny
route.
using a pot push spot to get inside here. Hopefully going to just go past the barrier here. Yes, very good. It's now inside. That's also a route that works. So we saw a lot of different palace routes.
Johnny will be doing just a bit quicker than Braixen because Braixen. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, that's not good. Yes, the transition at, like the border transition at pot push, where you go through the holes, just turn you Minish.
We actually have to be careful with that in any percent because when we do Werble Hop to go out of bounds there, if we go out of bounds and then do that screen transition on the spot that Johnny did it, then we turn Minish and we lose a little bit of time there because then we have to regrow before getting the item.
There you go, Johnny.
Yeah, now you
when
need
you're
the
at-
cape.
Yeah.
So cape and fire rod is the equips here.
There.
And
However,
yeah,
when
Braixen
you're
getting past. What did you say her name was? Just jump, Johnny. Just jump. That will work. Okay, that works too.
the last cloud that we do in Palace, the one before the last boss door, we don't need the cape to get off the cloud there because there's a wall right below us, so we can copy and paste that wall, and
Right. That
we
yeah.
can
You can
keep on
pretend to
using the
jump
fire
off
rod.
the cloud over the wall, and then there's
Yeah,
ground on
it's
the
like
other
we're
side of the wall.
hopping down a ledge along the wall, and then like if we keep on copying and pasting the with the fire rod as we do it, we kind of just like keep on rolling along, and we can roll just through the boss door and into the next screen.
Braixen, you need to actually create Dark Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, there is no warp at the entrance of our castle. In like this in Rando here. Not sure how that is in vanilla because it changes over this course of the game, right? But like when the guards block the entry into Hyrule Castle, is it still a warp to Hyrule Castle there, or?
No, there isn't, because Rando uses that specific state.
Okay, yeah. And Johnny is now very much out of bounds and going to do that transition instead. That also works. There's a lot of ways to go through Palace with the fire rod.
I think he doesn't even know. He's just
No,
trying
it's
to have a
absolutely-
speed
no, but it's
run.
like- If you're kind of going the right way, you will get somewhere useful. It's the beauty of it.
This is kind of why you need to practice a bit with fire rod, or like at least like just
mean-
play through the entire game with it, because then you'll be like,
Yes,
what the hell?
but if you turn up for a race and then someone tells you, hey, by the way, it's fire rod, you don't have time for that.
Yeah, Johnny was like, oh boy, it's the
Oh,
weekly.
fire rod on B absolutely doesn't work.
It does. A and B swap buttons.
No. No, they don't.
Wait. I've
Anything
done
that you would hold A for just doesn't work. So pressing B when the fire rod is on B does the same thing as tapping A when the fire rod is on A, but anything that you need to hold A for, it won't work.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay, now Johnny has the red warp. Going to grab a refill here and then...
How often has Johnny done low percent body?
I'm not sure.
This could be interesting.
Yeah, like Braixen spent some time duping heart pieces.
I think Johnny's got less health than me. I must have been really lucky then, because
Yeah, you
think-
actually had a fair amount of health. I think you had at least 10 hearts.
my tracker says 9.
I just knew that you had a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that works. And now, obviously, Johnny does not know that.
I wonder how Breakson's going to go through DHC. I think they're just going to go.
Okay, Johnny doesn't know how to break through boss doors. He's going to be looking for the big key.
Oh, that'll take some time. I have no idea where the big key is.
At least it wasn't on Georg.
That's a good thing, yeah.
I think that the only chest that we have left is Fan Loop. Or on Fan Loop.
Oh, we.
Really?
I'm sure we haven't seen a lot of other chests. We didn't see any of the dark basement.
Well, I did.
No, I'm talking about
that's what did you
I'm talking
do,
about for
Little
Johnny's
Palace,
palace. I'm talking about for Palace.
I only did the dark room, then all the checks until Georg.
So you would have skipped the rupees, which you saw on like Johnny's and Breaks side, and Fan Loop and a little bit key
Yeah.
drop.
Johnny's copying. Oh, okay. Johnny was copying the breakaway tiles.
Yeah, but he kept moving.
along.
As
Yeah,
long as you
that
don't
was fine.
stop, it's fine. Just don't stop.
Don't stop! Believe
Wait, what? Breakson got the boss key? What?
Apparently.
He got the boss boss key for DHC. Okay.
There we go again, Johnny.
Yeah, that's another soft lock.
Oh, it was Throne Chest. But this seed really was a baby seed.
I only rolled one and checked if it was beatable, and I was like,
Breakson,
wow,
no.
this is easy. Oh,
Breakson,
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you have to reload the room now because even after you kill the Dark Nuts, the thing won't be there anymore.
And also, if you just manage to avoid the Dark Nuts, there is that minor thing with a timer until game over. If you don't.
Oh, that's
win.
3 minutes. It's fine.
Don't you need to get through like when does that stop though? If you just avoid the Dark Nuts.
What do you mean? You can't actually transition up into Vati from
Okay, you can't.
here. No.
Oh, okay. Well, pausing apparently resets that tile. Like-
Yeah, a lot of the stuff the Fire Rod does is purely visual, and
And collision and behavior, but if you pause it,
Well, yeah.
reloads it. Like, it's not purely visual. You interact with the
and
tiles.
some of the stuff is purely visual. And then when you save and when you pause and unpause,
But like
tiles
that.
will return back to normal.
Okay. But like that.
But-
You couldn't have gone up those stairs while they weren't there, right? But then you paused and it showed stairs again, so you could go up them. Or, like,
Oh right, I didn't. Oh, they might have just respawned when he finished the fight. I thought.
No,
that
they didn't.
no, it was a
Yeah.
blank tile
Yeah.
until he paused. And then after unpausing, it wasn't. And Johnny got stuck between blocks again.
Johnny is having a lot of trouble.
I think that's a rando thing.
Maybe it is.
Certain tiles actually refresh after you pause and unpause, and I don't know if that was Leo that did that.
Oh, maybe.
Because we had an exploit where the pots in the Vati fights would respawn what item they drop. If you pause and unpause, then the pots would just respawn, and then you could just farm fairies.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in Vati 1, it was a rando bug. It wasn't supposed to do that. So
Or it was an EU bug that never got noticed before because there are no pots there in EU vanilla?
oh, I don't think it's an EU thing.
It might be.
I mean, we'd have to test by playing Fire Rod on modded EU ROM. Well, unmodded other than
Unmodded
the
Fire
Pyro. Unmodded Pyro.
I have some news for you. No. Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, after we do the Darknet fight and get into Vati 1, we can leave the room out of the bottom to go back into the Keaton room, re-enter the room out through the top, and Vati 1's just not there, and the game kind of thinks that Vati 1's already been beaten, and then you can go up into the room above where like Zelda is, and then you can save Zelda by. I mean, obviously, all of this is skipped in rando, but in the
I wonder
vanilla,
what would happen if you tried doing that in random.
I have no idea.
My best guess is that it's fine
So
right
then-
up until the tiles changed at the bottom
It starts
of
the
ex-
escape sequence.
Yeah,
After
again, you start the
save Zelda.
escape sequence, but when Rando puts you there, you can't leave to the left, even though they wouldn't be blocks there in vanilla, right? So my best guess is that you would be able to go there, except then those blocks block you when you come there with Zelda, trying to do the normal escape sequence.
Let me test this.
We're giving Myth more ideas. How wonderful.
Now Johnny needs to.
I
get
doubt
down
this
to
would
the-
actually be helpful. This is
Always
purely
doubt
for
it.
messing around.
Yes.
Okay,
Like, I wonder what happens if this
It's
happens.
if you are playing Fire Rod Rando, would you prefer to beat Vati 1 or do escape? Is the best like. There's Rexon done.
And Johnny disconnected.
Johnny just forfeit. Okay.
Okay.
Johnny and Breakson are both going to join us for an interview.
Johnny was doing very well until Palace.
GG.
I was doing so good, and then I just could not figure out how to manage
Yeah.
Palace of Winds.
Pyrod's a very confusing item.
You could have just gone through the big door at the end instead of searching for the big key.
Look, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's why I told you just now, so that you would know next time.
Like
If you
literally
ever
nothing
play
else.
one of these seats again.
No other of the doors would work for me though. So why would that one work? Does it
No,
make any
all of the
sense?
doors. Like, no, the small doors
He
where
probably
the warp
mispressed
behind
some
them
time that you
will also
tried.
override the warp. But
Yeah, you,
with
you
doors where the warp's further back, it works.
I had
so
to.
basically, we're saying that the big doors work.
Yeah,
Also,
Yeah.
it worked for the big doors. How convenient.
yeah. The big doors are like walls, and
The big doors
they're
definitely
kind of a
work,
gap.
and a bunch of other small doors would also work.
Yeah, there's kind of a gap between the wall that's created by the big doors and then the loading zone, so it's really easy to just delete the big doors and then walk through them into the loading transition. But yeah, a lot of small doors share the same tile for their like loading transition for like going up and down stairs with the lock that's in place in front of them.
But yeah, Johnny, you were actually doing very well until you were actually ahead of Grayson up until you soft locked in Vale Falls.
I was so sad. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and then you had to redo Octo.
You also, like... You went through Cloudtops, right? There is that warp to the Wind Trap Tower that you could use instead. Next to Link's house.
What would that have done though?
You can,
Well, you can use the fire rod
Well,
to get
you'd
through the
avoid
wall.
doing all of the Cloudtops fusions and going through Cloudtops.
I didn't
And
know that.
the need to go up Vale Falls.
I didn't know I could do that. That's whatever.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
still
you-
did really well for, like, not knowing this was a fire rod race until
I didn't.
50 minutes before it. So, like, considering that, like, when you were trying to go into DHC without the elements, we actually had to have Myth go back and test some of the stuff that you almost tried, just to make sure that it wouldn't have worked, because we weren't
It
sure.
was very interesting. Yeah, you were very close to nearly finding something.
We were very close to making all the stuff feel very stupid for not having tried that before.
Because I got in the room and I was like, okay, now that I'm in the room, can I trigger the cutscene? But it wouldn't let me
turns out you
trigger the
can't.
cutscene.
I
It
think
turns
you
out that you
were
can, but you had to go down the stairs again.
Yeah.
So you had to go up the stairs and then back down the stairs to.
I thought I did that
Right.
though.
No, you weren't. You never went down the stairs. You started out on the upper layer, then you had to go back around, and you went upstairs, and then you kept quick warping. You never went back down the stairs.
So I could have triggered the cutscene, is what you're
No,
saying?
you couldn't have triggered.
Oh,
Okay.
I tested it. The
cutscene, the
cutscene's
trigger is not there until you actually open that
Yeah.
room normally.
I'm pretty sure Leo said that it's heavily tied to the pedestal event.
Yeah, so
I was just really hoping, because I was like, if I could just do this.
yeah, it would have been awesome, but
But yeah, I learned that entirely. I learned the fire rod basically on the fly.
yeah.
Trial by fire.
Pretty much, literally.
Yeah, and I mean, we could tell in with certain spaces where you were like grabbing the big key in droplets and stuff. That you could have just gone through the big door, but
Have you
Yeah.
ever seen,
new to using the fire rod.
have you seen any fire rod stuff before?
No.
Do you want your mind blown?
I literally, okay, the only thing I've seen of a fire rod was a screenshot.
Yeah.
Someone using it.
Yeah,
Oh.
as far as I've gone with the fire rod is I've seen your task method.
You mean
S&W. I mean, I've got
Yeah.
the world records
Yeah.
speedrun in the fire rod category. But yeah, SMW Dreams did a rather optimized LOTAD, but not that optimized. And now they're working on a full task, which will be heavily optimized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which that will be mind blowing to watch.
that is good. I mean, the LOTAD's pretty cool. Like it. Not
Yes,
gonna lie,
absolutely,
It just
but-
demonstrates the route, but we've got some really cool things that are going to be like built up from the previous LOTAD into like a full task.
Yeah, I know I've seen a couple of things on the discussion Discord, but
yeah, I honestly was like, as soon as as I was practicing, I was like, I'm gonna be on Restream with this. People are gonna see me, have no clue what I'm doing.
Yes, which
Don't worry,
I'm
like
sure
everyone.
most of chat also had no clue what the runners were doing, so it was fine.
I
Yeah.
got to the point. Once I just learned how to make platforms everywhere. I kept soft locking because I kept holding the B button for too long, and I was like, oh, and then I had to keep quick warping back.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you probably did better than how half the chat would have done, probably.
Probably, but that's just because I've played this game too much.
I mean, everyone's first experience with the fire rod is oh,
If
right,
you're
upload.
like doing your first experience with the fire, you are going to softlock somewhere.
I didn't think I was gonna find the lamp. Straight up, I did not think I was gonna find it, and when I found it, I was like, oh, thank God. And then breaks
You
the fish, and I
need
was
the
like,
lamp.
also, thank
Well,
God.
let's
So I
put it this way, Johnny. Even people who know how to use the fire rod still soft lock. Myth was the first
Yeah.
one to soft lock the scene.
I was the first person.
Wow.
I was in Krenel in like 2 minutes. And
Yeah.
Krenel transitions are weird.
Myth was very much the first person to get an element. I'm not
Oh, I
sure
got it in
what
less
time
than
we
a
had the
minute.
Earth element at, but it was like,
Someone said it was under 60 seconds.
yeah, that sounds right.
Because I just warped immediately to Royal Crypt and went to the Ghost King. It was my first item shop.
Once I figured out that you could place those blocks onto those switches, I was like, oh, and then I did that eventually. I tried it at first, and I was like,
Well, if you just get rid of switches, it considers
Yeah.
them.
Oh, really? I just tried to
Yeah.
break my way in. To be honest, I just tried to break my way
also
in.
works, I think, but
Myth got his
getting rid
first
of all the
element
switches.
without even a map check.
Yeah, I just rushed it straight away. I was like, I don't care. Like, if there wasn't going to be anything, I was just going to reset and go back to Link's house. But because it was an element, I was like, alright, I guess I'll continue my route.
But yeah, I mean, for all that's worth, and all of like, I was just confused 80% of the time. It wasn't bad.
Don't go to Fortress of Winds without doing the Kinstone fusions. I couldn't find a way out of there.
Well,
If you had gone
No,
one more
don't need
tile
that,
right,
then
you would
it's
have gotten
fine.
out.
there are ways to go back there.
Yeah, I
Because
figured-
you can easily
I soft
soft-lock
locked, but I was able to get my way back out.
That is one of the spots where you need to save more of, like, I'm sure that I put something like that in the guide, like,
You said save a lot, so when I got the soft lock, I saved.
area transitions is like the one
Save
spot where you
before you
are
soft
in a
lock.
high risk of actually soft locking your save if you save there.
Yeah, don't save in a soft lock, otherwise you're screwed.
Yeah, don't save in a soft lock where you can't quick warp out of it. If you can't quick warp out of it, then save warping will only like make your save unusable.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. That's all. That's pretty much all I have to say. It was a good time. I was confused, and I'm here.
Yeah, as long as you
It was a
enjoyed it.
very nice seed. Very, very nice. Nothing was too difficult to
Also,
do.
that grip ring killed me.
Where was
Ripping
it?
it top of it. Also,
Top of Veil Falls. I saw that and I was like, neat.
I didn't.
That can't be
touch
here
half of
normally.
it.
I
I
was
didn't go
so-
to town. I didn't go to Vale Falls. Didn't go to Fortress.
Well, because I didn't. iBot's the only reason I was able to get the Force Sword because I was sitting there and I was just like, I
was like,
accidentally copied
that
that
was
chest
in the
earlier.
like,
How do I do that?
that was in the guide that I posted before. But like, yeah, knowing how to close chests if you already opened them before is one of the things that really helps.
And the thing is, I tried that. I was just doing it wrong, and that's why I was confused. But I figured it out eventually. You're not
But yeah.
supposed to hold right.
Yeah, this seed was going to be awful if you didn't dupe a Ford sword, because one of the swords was deep in Cave of Flames.
I mean, it would have been fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I
Oh, I
So,
opened that
like,
quest.
none of
It
the
didn't
swords
get
were
anything though.
terrible.
I
Yeah, they were
skipped,
all
like
doable,
3
but-
swords before I eventually found the one I found.
That was
Yeah.
the second one we found in terms of everybody. One in Lamont. The first one was the one Brayson found in Wind Ruins, but then Harpy got the one in Lamont soon after that.
And then there was one in like Hylia Cape Cave.
Yep, and Rangers and.
Oh, and then Rangers. Yeah. So they were all pretty. Oh, I actually walked past 4 then, and and then the last
Yes,
one
you
was
did.
the last one I found. And I was
Kind
like,
of did,
oh, finally, my first sword,
Funny.
like half an hour in.
But yeah, thanks for having me on blind.
Yeah, it was an experience. We were no more 10 minutes in.
I have a feeling if you didn't know like the rando well enough, you would have been absolutely screwed.
Oh,
like
if you don't know this game and you don't like, that's the main thing that you need. Like Fire Rod really is where you start learning about how the game works internally with stuff.
Yeah. The
Especially
one
dungeons.
item that we didn't know whether to say was part of no mode or not was really just the cape.
But we
It wasn't
found that
required.
before.
Like,
I found
it
that
wasn't
cool on accident.
strictly the cape wasn't strictly required, but it does make Gyro a lot easier.
Like Myth would have probably been fine without the cape. Anyone else?
Yeah, I wouldn't have
I'm
used
not-
the cape. But I don't think.
No,
anyone else could have done it.
I used the fire rod to go up the clouds. I was fine.
No, we're
Georg.
talking about
No,
for
it was
Gyro.
Georg. on
Do you have Force
guessing
Sword?
on
What point of...
the
You think I
point
can't
of,
handle, you think I can't handle
blue.
York without cape?
So if you just fall off, it usually puts you where you want to be, except on that last blue York phase, where it's on the where you are on the red York, but it's also the blue Yorks flying around. And with that one, you like if you use the cape, you can just easily get on there. That's what you usually do. If not, then it gets weird.
Yeah, you can't get onto its back. We just figured out a way of doing it with a fire rod, which involves like spamming, but otherwise you would normally just have to stand on the red Georg and wait for the blue Georg to fly past, and then you're basically just like flipping a coin and hoping that an eye close to you pops up, and then it's just really random.
Not impossible.
And Georg's a hard boss because each of the orbs does a whole heart of damage. So if you don't have much health, then you're at a serious risk of
If
dying.
you don't have much health, then you didn't spend enough time duping heartbeats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
There
Doug,
was a
that was
harder
something that
hand
I
to
figured out. Could you do a 6 or 7 heart body? Because that's
Could
what you were on. Yeah, because that's what you were at.
Honestly, I honestly was thinking about that. I was just like, I haven't done this low heart body ever.
Well, 6 or 7 hard party is what we had in the early versions of Rando.
I probably would be able
Free
to
element.
do it. I just probably would not enjoy it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like for anybody who does the speed run, 6 or 7 heart body wouldn't be bad. But for Johnny, who
I'm just a rando player, man.
yeah.
You still had great spin and fast spin and stuff. Remember, in any percent, we don't have any spins, any scrolls at all.
Well, you have to have spin.
Well, other than spin attack, but no.
No,
other
but
scroll.
it's not. But like the greater spins.
Yeah,
The
like you
higher
have to have spin.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the higher spins because the higher spins actually do a lot to make body easier.
Yeah,
a hell of a
gotcha,
lot.
gotcha.
Because I'm always, even I'm now, even though I'm pretty consistent, I still consider a body without a quick spin or a quick charge to be kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. You shouldn't really be struggling, but it's just opens up a large opportunity to get trolled by Vati.
Especially Body 2, because Body 2 gives Body 2 more time to cover up your squares.
And that's why we used a fire rod to copy and paste a big blob.
I didn't do that. I didn't want to ruin my squares.
So it's the fire rod that you guys used to make these pain seeds, or do you use something else?
Oh no, they just they ROM hack it with a.
Yeah, they just
it's
use Minish Maker.
It's just
Yeah.
full blown. Okay.
Yeah, they just use Minish Maker.
Yeah, that
Well-
would be tedious to
That would be hell
redo the
if you had to edit
remake the whole game.
edit rooms in the ROM by using the fire rod. Oh god.
Look, I don't
Fire rod
know.
doesn't save the rooms either, so it wouldn't
No,
work.
it doesn't. But like you could potentially make something.
How
that
long does the fall ban list last?
Until
entirely.
the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay. So there's time for me to not be second.
Yes.
I probably will stay there, but there's time.
There's time. We also need to really start working on that punishment seed, but like don't expect something as intricate as that.
I think I might be helping you guys with it because it doesn't look like my seed's bad enough at the moment.
Yeah. I guess if you are interested in that, should talk about that later. Speaking of that, do you guys want to ban me for this, or did you agree
No,
that this was a very nice seed?
It
I
was
didn't-
nice.
I didn't know enough of what's going on to ban you.
I would have been in go mode like 40 minutes earlier if I had just found that lantern.
No ban either, I just want to ban
Yeah.
Castaways.
Not ban myself.
Fat mood. Fat mood.
And I would have done the lantern if I understood how the digging warps work better.
Oh yeah, the digging caves they are not warps, they are weird.
Well, because I tried to like break the digging cave so I could get to the chests, and then it didn't work.
Yeah, you just gotta go
you can
further
do
in.
that, it's just weird.
But like, I would accidentally despawn the chests is my problem.
Oh yes.
And I was
But
just
at
like,
least
no.
the moments
It's
were
really
like
easy to do
convenient.
it. Yeah.
But yeah.
Like if you just went to the elements that you could do.
I
Also,
would
Maury,
have.
I love your Christmas icon, by the way. Cat in a Santa hat.
Yeah, I think I've learned my lesson. Just brush the elements immediately and then look for items. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm done here. I'm gonna head out.
Okay. Yeah, GG's everyone.
GG's.
Thanks
GG's.
everyone for,
Bye.
especially the
GG's.
people who this was a new experience completely too. It's like learn on the fly.
Walks in. Oh yeah, it's the fire. Oh, it's the fire.
It's a
rod.
variety race. Yes, that you've
Oh,
never
no.
tested before. Yes, yeah. Thanks,
Second
Breaks
Sunday
and
of
Johnny.
Wait,
My
second?
exact reaction to when I saw that was fire rod. Oh no. That's why no one joined.
Yeah, I was like, it was myth.
I was like, oh, Johnny's really eager for Fire Rod this week.
Yeah, I thought you had like prepared for this or whatever when you were like in that like minutes after the race room was open.
I was like ready to rumble.
Yes.
Oh god.
Well, unless Hendris rolls next seed, it should be fairly tame.
We are not letting Hendris roll the next weekly. We want people to actually participate in that.
Yeah, that's
Well then I shouldn't roll it either, apparently.
Uh-huh. I guess I can roll unless someone else in the community wants to.
I'm sure we'll
Wow.
find a good roll.
Yes.
Just get
Well.
Sharky to do it.
What is it? Are we talking about next week's seed? Just
Yes.
normal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, with traps. Basically, yeah, with traps.
I can roll one now and just give it to one of you because I already know I'm working next week and can't do
Sure.
anything.
Sounds good.
Also, start thinking about what we want for the variety settings for next month.
Yes.
Yeah, if anyone has any strong preferences for that, tell me and we could make that happen.
Yeah, just
Uh,
Obscure
otherwise-
spots. Obscure spot.
yeah, just
I
like
have-
Just race
I
settings
have-
was obscure? That's a bit boring.
yeah,
I have a strong preference for something, but 95% of the community
We're
hates
not
that
doing all
preference.
I just like obscure spots for some
Oh
reason.
no! The setting that I was going to say was which is allowed obscure spots, key sanity, but most of the community hates that.
Yeah, we'll probably do this at some point. I don't think it's going to be next one. Like, not right
No.
after Fire Rod, but
55 piece figurine hunt. 55
Okay.
figurine hunt. Let's go.
I was advocating for legacy settings, which is no elements are required. Instead, we have open DHC.
Ooh,
ew.
that'd be interesting, actually.
It's like how the first version of the rando was. You didn't need to get any of the elements. It was just get the items you need to beat Batty.
yeah, maybe we should make just pet items, but
Oh yeah, pet items. Oh god, pet. Yeah.
pet items and then let Hendris roll.
Oh God, no!
Just opens the possibility of it turning into an awful seed.
You mean more
A
awful?
small probability.
Yes, if we make it pet items, we would not let Hendris.
No.
That seems like a bad idea.
Pet items, all pet items are the swords.
Oh God. how do you get through?
Also, with legacy settings, there's no fusions or Rupee Mania items. Everything's
that's a
in
bit-
good old-fashioned
like-
chest.
I mean, that's how I learned the rando. My first couple of seeds were just plain settings.
Yeah. You pretty much just rush dungeons.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But yeah, I tried to get that announced earlier than this one.
Yeah, this
So-
one was kind of like a
Yeah,
very
it was
short
like
notice.
no
Kind of
one really
winging
asked
it.
me what the settings were, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
could have
need.
easily made it like variety races open. No, no one knows what the settings are. We're making a mystery. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, depending on what the next one
could have
is,
happened.
I'll need advance notice just in case Trez needs to
yeah,
do
if
anything
it's
to the.
something that needs special attention from the trackers, we're checking.
Yes, because we know he does that at the last minute. Well, I guess he should have more notice, so it's last minute, last minute.
For Ocarina of Time, we did this race for Scrubs, but he didn't have a key sanity layout for just 2 people. He only had 2. He only had it for like 4 people, so
Yeah,
he had to build a frickin' key sanity layout for 2 people.
Yep, he does that. Last minute. I've still been
yeah.
bugging him about layouts for Minish Cap for 3 runners.
It'd be nice
3
if
Like
runners.
bingo,
the
bingo.
icons got updated.
Ah man, bingo. I want to do another bingo.
Yeah, bingo's fun. I would just have to bug him to actually make that layout available.
Oh yeah, the deadline for the bingo-thon was like 3 days ago.
Oh,
It was
was it?
yesterday.
Oh,
It was
yesterday,
yesterday,
okay.
and I was going to submit, and then I forgot about it, and so I didn't submit.
Well,
Anyways,
I think that's it.
Yep, thanks everyone. So I'm going to send you over to ZSR3, which is doing Wind Waker Randomizer. But in the meantime, thank you very much. iBot and Lunastick for doing commentary, and also Nimbus and Denpank for doing tracking today. So
thanks.
we hopefully will have some more tournament matches this week, because all of our semifinalists are going to a game 3. So they still each have one more game to decide who's going to be in the finals. So hint, hint.
Yeah,
Um,
those
probably-
matches aren't scheduled yet, but
I think one
they will
maybe.
be soon. And
Yes.
I
And
got eliminated.
I'm
Most
not
of us
even
did.
good enough to join, so there. I'm proud of myself. I did do chickens finally in less than it took me the first time that Hendris tortured me to do it.
Right. Everyone in Rando is spoiled by chickens. It's so easy in comparison to Hundo.
Oh
That game
yeah,
can go
I
Give me
remember
chicken.
doing it.
Give me chickens and a link to the past. That's the easiest, unless you don't have bombs and you're screwed.
And then there's chickens in OOT, which everyone avoids to hell.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, the OOT one's just long, but like the
Yeah,
It's
but
easy, it just takes
vanilla one is
forever.
hell.
But yeah. Yeah, I remember doing chickens for the piece of heart in vanilla. That took like what, 20, 30 minutes? Because of how many times you had to do it.
yeah, 10 levels of chickens.
We
so,
have a cuckoo split in Hundo, and it takes 10 minutes to
Oh,
do.
God.
Like,
Wow.
yeah, basically like 8 of the games.
Yeah, there's what, 10 different games?
Yeah, there's 10 rounds.
Oh God.
We do 7 in like a row at that split. Because we get money from some of the rounds, we do like a little bit here and there earlier on in the route for some rupees, but we do like the big chunk of it like halfway in. And yeah, it sucks.
Rip.
Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us. Again, GG to all the runners. Thanks to my lovely volunteers, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
See you, everybody.
So yeah.